This movie gets 3.5 bananas out of 5, according to the NoMoreStickyMonkeys.com website. Back in 1999, when this movie came out, I was not a fan of any of its principal actors. Matthew Broderick was great in Ferris Bueller, but seems to be as stiff as a board in every other movie he's been in. When I watch him, I feel like I'm seeing the guy who wasn't good enough for the high school play. But as a student mentor, Jim McAllister in Election, he's great. He's outward, human, pathetic, and funny. I wish he showed this kind of energy in every role. Reese Witherspoon was just coming into her own in '99. My wife and I became fans of hers from watching the very sick Little Red Riding Hood story of Freeway. So I knew she could be a great actress, but she seemed too twitchy for this movie. So for 10 years I caught scenes of it here and there on HBO, but never gave it my full attention. Until tonight. I was right, she is twitchy, but in a great way. She plays the annoying little Tracy Flick, super ambitious candidate for high school class president. When I was in high school, the smartest girls weren't class president. The blonde go-getters were. That's what Tracy is. She's in many different clubs to pad a resume that is not too stellar grade-wise. She's only graduating in the top 14% of her class, but she will go places in this world, because what the smart kids lack in gumption, she more than makes up for. Yes, Tracy is annoying, but I started to feel sorry for her because she isn't rich, and she lives with a single mom, so she has to make her own way in this world. And she's cute with her little fish bowl full of individual juicy fruit gums. When the stupid boys steal a fistful out of the jar, she screams at them for not abiding by her rule of one per student. I recognize that girl and her little world, and while I admit she's overreacting, you do wish people would be kinder to her. I think we as the audience are supposed to side with Mr. McAllister and his desperate feelings to stop Tracy, but it comes off as mean and jealous. Yes, she's a go-getter and knows all the answers in class, but its depiction of her as running over people to get what she wants is never really played out in the film. The one moment of selfishness that she shows is really a blackout episode of insanity. Yes, she's driven, but also a little crazy, but McAllister clearly lacks that ambition, and rather than fix his own life, he belittles the one she's trying to make for herself. Plus, his midlife crisis is making him a little nuts as well, especially once he starts hanging out with his wife's divorced best friend. As a comedy, this movie is definitely in the chuckle category. And for sheer life, I wish they had used more of young Jennifer Campbell as Tracy's lesbian opponent, Tammy Metzler. Her ideas at the student assembly about refusing to vote and disbanding the useless student council draw such an ovation from the students and seething disgust from Tracy that the lack of her presence in the rest of the film is the movie's loss. Pick flick from The Predator.